A mine owner who gets himself elected sheriff and promises to bring law to a lawless land. But when the gold heists and gangs get worse, some begin to suspect that Plummer himself is the ringleader. Soon, a so-called vigilante committee is formed, and within weeks, they arrest Henry Plummer and drag him to the gallows. But before they can lynch him, legend says he tries to make a desperate bargain. If the townspeople will spare him and bring him a horse, he claims he can return in 2 hours with his weight in pure gold. The vigilantes decline the offer.
Everybody's been looking for that place.
Ever since, stories of Plummer's hidden stash of gold have haunted the hills of southwestern Montana. But finally, there's new evidence and several promising breaks in the case. A successful modern-day gold prospector just gained the rights to search long-forgotten mines. A treasure hunter has other evidence that may lead to a watery hiding spot.
Oh, because that's what they are, little fuckers.
Footsteps all the way to the lost fortune. After 150 years, Montana is getting a second gold rush, and I'm staking a claim. My name is Josh Gates. That, with a degree in archaeology and a passion for exploration. I have a tendency to end up in some very strange situations. This is horrible. This is officially horrible. My travels have taken me to the ends of the earth as I investigate the greatest legends in history. This is Expedition Unknown. Welcome to the West. Montana, to be exact. But 150 years ago, none of this was a state yet. It was all just a territory. But it was also the home of one of America's richest gold strikes. And that's why, in the 1860s, thousands of people from all over the world rushed into this lawless land. Untold tons of gold were yanked from these hills, and I'm traveling the very same way it did, and on the very same road. They used to call this Hell's Trail. Bands of armed thugs called road agents routinely held up stagecoaches carrying shipments of gold. And according to legend, the ringleader of this group was none other than a local sheriff around these parts, a man named Henry Plummer. This road leads to my first stop, the search for Plummer's hidden gold, the famous mining town of Virginia City, where I hope to find new clues to the mystery.
Yay, the clues to the mystery.
When the year 1863 gold was discovered in a stream bed near here, it turned out to be the largest gold strike in Montana territory, and seemingly overnight, thousands of people from around the world came here. Today, Virginia City is only home to about 120 people, but they're working hard to keep alive what was once one of the wildest towns in the West. Along the main street of town, people are living and working much as they did over a century ago. In the well-preserved Gypsy Arcade, the old-fashioned player piano offers up a tune. And if you peek into the handcrafted mutoscopes, you can still watch the 19th century version of YouTube. Wait a minute, Grandma?
What?
There's even a scene depicting a stagecoach robbery from Plummer's time. Entertainment was a lot simpler back then. In the nearby general store, I think about a career change. If you're looking for work, there are a few job openings here. You have an opening for sheriff, or of course you could be the town brothel inspector. I'm not saying which is a better job, but this book will reveal 9 secrets to gold panning. Secret number 1, immerse the pan into the water. My mission in town is to learn more about Henry Plummer and the legend of his gold. To do that, I put my head into the Bale of Hay Saloon. It's the oldest bar in Montana, run by a couple of friendly proprietors named Gay and Kay. You two look very similar. They twins?
She's 59 minutes older than me. I'll always be the older, wiser one.
I'm here in town because I'm investigating the story of Plummer's gold. What's the word on the street here in Virginia City about Henry Plummer?
Well, we thought he was a dirty sheriff who was stealing the gold from all the stagecoaches.
Yeah, he's the bad guy through and through.
Absolutely.
Henry Plummer comes from California, where he killed 2 men and briefly served time in San Quentin before being pardoned. In 1863, he's swept up in the Montana Gold Rush and uses his ample charm to get elected sheriff in the nearby town of Bannock. And if the stories are true, he sat in this very saloon to case potential robberies.
So we think that he was sending his henchmen in here, and they were getting all the stagecoach drivers drunk. And then he was finding out when they were transferring gold,
Right.
and it was making it easy to steal the gold.
So Henry Plummer or his gang, they could have been sitting right where I'm sitting.
I'm positive of it.
Any question in your mind that he was the ringleader of all of these robberies?
No, I'm positive he was.
The twins aren't the only ones convinced of Plummer's guilt. They connect me with an expert in a nearby town where Plummer may have hidden his loot. It's an 80-mile drive from Virginia City to Bannock. Back then, it took a day to make the trip by horse, but I'm adding about 250 horses to the mix. Bannock really is the heart of the Plummer story. This is the hometown where he was elected sheriff in 1863, and where he ultimately met his demise. As a town built on gold, Bannock was a wealthy place. Personally, I'm just looking forward to experiencing one of the swankiest towns in the West. Maybe people are sleeping in. Hello! In its heyday in the 1860s, Bannock was a rowdy and wealthy city. But times change, and today, Bannock is more ghost than town. Every step forward here carries me deeper into the past. I peer into the old buildings, many of which are perfectly preserved. The town hotel seems ready to receive guests, and the silent church waits patiently for a congregation. But I'm most interested in the old jail, where Henry Plummer ruled as sheriff, and was believed to have been the mastermind of a vicious gang of bandits. Legend says he can look up at the location of his stolen treasure from the window of the jailhouse. And later, as a vigilante gang drags Plummer to the town gallows, he claims that if they give him a horse, he can return with his weight in pure gold in 2 hours flat. It's the tentpole of the legend, but it's never been fully vetted until now. I grab my finest Montana headgear from the truck and meet a guy named Darren Wedding by the old jail. Are you Darren?
Yeah, I'm Darren.
Nice to meet you, man. Darren is a treasure hunter who aims to put the Plummer legend to the test, literally. So the question is, do you have an idea where Plummer's gold might be?
Yeah, I have a theory. He said to give you 2 hours, I'll bring you back my weight.
Okay.
So which means you can't ride more than an hour there and an hour back.
Right, max.
Max.
Okay, so basically you're trying to establish a search grid.
Yeah, search grid. And then once we get it narrowed down, we can just really hit that area hard, maybe find where to put it.
Various historic sources claim that Plummer likely hid the gold underground, either in a mine shaft or a cave. But exactly where? That's what Darren's hoping to hone in on. Let's do it, man.
All right, man, let's do it.
We load up the horses near the site of the old gallows. Then we do what Plummer would have done. Ride like our lives depend on it. We race out from Bannock to see how far our horses can carry us in an hour. Which means that for the next 60 minutes, I get to feel like an American outlaw. That's 20 minutes, Darren! We cross varied terrain, chilly streams, and rugged ridges that look unchanged in a century. That's 20 minutes!
Sorry, I had to get the computer and pay attention to what I was doing.
Whoa! That's an hour. Okay, where are we?
Let's find out. I got GPS here. Almost exactly 10 miles out of Bend.
From the gallows, we've galloped 10 miles, which means we've established a 20-mile search perimeter around the
You
town.
galloped about that long?
Okay, so
Damn.
where in this 20-mile diameter do we look?
His best view from the jail would have been south or east, so it's going to be right over here in this area. I've actually heard there's some caves up in there. Haven't really been explored.
And that falls inside the search grid?
That falls right inside the search grid.
So south and east.
South and east.
Our 20-mile diameter search area is further narrowed by areas that Plummer could have seen from the jailhouse. So we tie up the horses and head out on foot, looking for any signs of mines or caves. Man, it's like a whole different world up here, though.
Yeah, it is. A lot of trees, more foresty for sure. You can hide anything up here.
Darren and I split up and search every nook and cranny in sight.
Don't see nothing in there.
But even with our experiment having narrowed the field, there's a lot of wilderness out here.
So much area to cover.
I got so excited at first when we said, oh, it's only a 20-mile diameter. We searched for hours in the afternoon light, but the mountain isn't giving up any secrets until we trip over a lead big enough to swallow us whole. Oh, dude, look at this. Look at that.
If you have
A ranch house that is also being used as a school.
Our focus is on this. The faculty in the basement.
and you probably find a few holes in the ground like that.
Streamline backs.
The mountains. You're in the hills and mountains of little things.
Michelin keeps innovating so the world can move in better ways. Michelin, motion for life.
Introducing Ned's Black Psoriasis. He thinks his flaky red patches are all people see.
Otezla is the #1 prescribed pill to treat plaque psoriasis. It can help you get clearer skin and reduce itching and flaking, with no routine blood tests required. Doctors have been prescribing it for nearly a decade. Otezla is also approved to treat psoriatic arthritis. Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions can happen. Otezla may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Some people taking Otezla have depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur.
With clear skin, movie night is a groovy night. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla.
You've heard of this, so hold it up high. You're not just a store clerk. You're a line cook, tour guide, sometimes therapist. A one-person operation that's the heart of a neighborhood. You are a fighter. This is your reward. Medalla, mark of a fighter.
Let me be direct. You're watching football wrong. What do you call the guy in face paint that can't get the game? A clown.
Sorry, what happened was it? No, just give me a second.
Amateurs.
Sorry, everybody.
Greg TV Sports Central gives you access to every game. So you never have to compromise on game day.
Was that necessary?
I was just illustrating a play.
Oh,
Get in the red zone with SportsPack. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
introducing new story, Living Live Summer. Music to my ears.
You don't have ears.
Story. It's different.
Hey, Jamie.
So, what am I up to? Just visiting a special secret client. I can't say who it is. Let's just say she bundled her dream house and her dream car for around the clock protection with Progressive. She has another house in Malibu. She's been an astronaut, an architect, a CEO.
We're in front of her house,
Well,
Dave.
I'd love to tell you who her boyfriend is, but I don't think I
You
can.
can.
I'd love to tell you, but I don't think I can.
Party in theaters now.
Huh?
How can you sleep on such a
Mhm.
place?
Made by a great with a great fruit.
Oh, look. Just another word for it. Not as good as mine.
Save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus 60-month financing on all smart beds. Shop now, only at Sleep Number.
That's good stuff. Especially if
I'm
you
in the
mix
hills
it
of
with
southwestern Montana, looking for the hiding place of Plumber's Gold, a fortune rumored to be concealed underground by a crooked sheriff in the 1860s. I'm working with treasure hunter Darren Wedding, and we've just discovered a cave in a promising section.
Mhm.
Oh, and look at this. Look at that. Oh, wow. I mean, that is legit, right? Yeah, that is. I mean, that goes down way deeper than I thought. Yeah, it does. It goes down? Yeah. And back up again? Sure can. Let's do it. All right. Luckily, Darren doesn't just hunt for treasure. He also rock climbs. So we unpack helmets, harnesses, and carabiners. Soon we've got an anchor in place, and we're ready to lower ourselves into the unknown. All right, let's do this. The cave entrance is a long plunge straight down, so getting in will require a tricky rappel into complete darkness. Looking good, man. How does it look down there?
It's getting pretty icy down here.
Just take it slow, man. No worries.
Alrighty.
Look,
You okay?
Yep, I got it, man.
Okay? Slippery down there.
yeah, well,
Right in the hall.
someone's filming too.
Yeah,
So
you
there's
down?
already someone else in the pool.
I made it down. It's looking great.
All right, man. I'm coming down.
That would be. Well, the reason I'm calling is I'm going to purchase a buying house. I called you guys about 7 weeks ago because I wanted to confirm that I could remain in forbearance, and I wanted to get a letter of what my income-based driven plan would be to give to my mortgage money. I go online today, and it shows that I owe a $660 something payment to be paid in October of this year, which will kill my mortgage. I've been working with you, and I don't understand why I'm asking you to do one thing, you're telling me you're going to do one thing, and other things are happening. I spoke with a couple calls ago. I spoke with a manager named Grace. Is that somebody that's around or available, or? No. I mean, I don't have a problem talking to you. I'm just like, you don't know how much stress I'm under right now because everything that I'm asking and you're telling me that you're doing for me is not what's happening, and it's going to make my mortgage go through, and I'm not going to have a place to live. Because I applied. I applied for and was granted a 12-month forbearance at the beginning of the month, and then he said the representative I spoke with, he signed me up for the income-based payment plan, which he said would not go into effect because I was still in forbearance, but would permit you to send me a letter for my loan officer showing that I don't owe anything when it comes time to pay it back. And I'm sorry you're getting the brunt of my frustration right now. I really am, because I know you're just coming in at the tail end of this, and okay. It's sure. Okay.
But you gotta kind of hold.
I mean, our closing's in October, and I'm just like, I can't have anything mess this up. Because otherwise, because I should have the additional year forbearance that I don't have to make payments. But I called in August, and yet the gentleman I talked to said he did it. Okay, great. And then this will be for like an additional like 11 months that you'll set it up for, not just. Okay, and then I've got a note. I've already have a note in my calendar to call you in September or August of 2024, I think it is. Okay. Okay. Yes, please. Okay. So that then satisfies the loan officer's requirement that I am not making payments and required to make payments at this point in time, that it's still in forbearance. Okay. Yeah, and they should not be counting what's in the bank account right now, because that is our down payment on our closing on the house. Okay. 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 Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I just need a document that I can, on your letterhead, that I can send, that I give to my loan officer. Okay. Okay. That would be. We can do I mean, we can do 12 months, that's fine. I'll just touch base with you a little earlier. And,
Might have fixed my heating problem too.
that,
It might have
that
fixed
was,
my
yeah,
heating
that was my
problem too,
understanding. When I
because it's
initially
not
talked
heating
to her,
up too much.
all I did was with my income, and she said it was like 160 or something, but
So maybe
as I
the
understand it, my income is anywhere between 40 and 50,000 because I do sales. So probably closer to last year's 47. But my
it was
husband is
also
medically
running hot
retired,
while it was still
and
not
my
plugged
son
in.
that'll be living with us, he's 35, but he has Asperger's and autism. So as I understood it, with the three of us being counted as dependents, and with that salary, it places me in a zero payment, I believe. Yeah. I guess, yes, and I guess I just want to make sure all my T's are crossed and my I's are dotted, because even though it would only be a zero amount, I qualify for the zero amount. My loan officer said you want to be in forbearance, but they insist on giving this amount, since obviously it's a long-term loan on the house, what the income base for payment would be. And so I mean, okay, terrific. Okay. Okay, sounds great. Sure thing. Okay. They put a 30-day forbearance on it. the last person I talked to. So now she's going to put 12 more months. That's 17. And in her, what she was explaining to me is, well, your income-based plan is 0, so do you still want the forbearance? And the answer is yes, because...
We need the letter too.
Yeah, exactly. Because according to what Lynn said, and I am taking everything she says to the T, because I do not want anything screwing it up, we have to remain in forbearance, but she needs to know what we would have to pay if we were paying back.
To pay, if you were paying anything back.
Since it's a...
If it was time to pay it back.
Exactly. So
that
what...
would be nothing based on your income. We have to go online and look. There's a new program that the Biden administration is starting, and it's a income-based program too. And it says that most applicants that they expect to apply would end up being a 0 payment because of your pay, what you're making, your income, the income-based thing, and so it's like it's supposedly going through.
And what's also going through, it doesn't affect me, but it would affect people like Sandy, who've been paying and doing the right thing for the last 20, 25 years. They're basically, Biden's saying, whatever these people have left, forgive it. Which I think is the right thing to do. I mean, she's had that hanging over her head, and,
There was a college, I forget what college, that the class that graduated during the pandemic, they completely forgave all their student loans.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I wish I remember which employer it was that made the comment to me about Baker's students. I don't. So yeah, she's gonna get the 12-month forbearance, and then you have to call. I guess I could do that while I'm waiting. I always forget that I can do things on calendar. August. Oh, no problem. No problem. Thank you so much. Mm-hmm.
The letter. Did she say that that's going to get sent out?
She is looking into it, the status of it right now.
Okay, so she put you on hold again?
Yes.
Okay.
So September 2024. To extend. Because right now I still have 17 months, but I'm just going to call it that for the time being. I mean, like she says, if at that point in time, if it's still in a situation where it's going to be 0, I might as well just enroll in the plan and Yeah, that stuff stinks. I know, because from when the willow tree was there and I cleaned up around it.
Yeah.
Now it's gone back to natural again. Because nobody cleans the leaves. Yeah, she's checking on the status of the letter and making sure there's nothing holding it up. I'm glad I checked.
Yeah. What are you doing for the diligence on it?
I'm trying.
No. Yeah.
Mhm. That's no problem. No problem. Thanks so much. Mm-hmm. Such taking my head.
Mm-hmm.
Came back.
Mm-hmm. Really fucked up.
So we just took the really little one. I didn't want to like cough in her ear. Oh gosh. Oh, you would know. You guys don't hang out. Damn if anything stops this from going through.
Huh?
I'll be damned if anything stops this from going through. They probably poured our walk and maybe our driveway.
Maybe. They had it ready. They didn't have the forms built yet, though. The forms are pretty easy to do. It's, I guarantee you, there's somebody doing something, because they only have so much time left. It's good building weather, and then they're going to stop for the season, So we'll finish it soon. Finished the outside with the siding. Porch isn't put in yet, none of the sidewalk stuff. Don't know if all the tubs aren't put in because the sink's not in and shit. The bathtub's not in. I don't know what kind of inspection they're waiting on. Might be the wiring. And the drywall, flooring, water heater need to be put in. Sump pump's already in.
AC unit.
Yeah, the AC unit's gotta go in it. Gotta finish the wiring, put the rest of the box together outside. Plugs in. Ductwork, vents.
Haven't seen where the AC units are. They're just in the back.
On the side.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Pointed
right.
them out to you
That's
before.
right. I remember you pointing it out to me.
Well, if I got the design right, it should be on the same side as the egress window. You know, and that's where the electric hookup is at, and the gas hookup's over it.